follows a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1.
This has been a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1.
Coming up for these next two games, let me tell you about these two games. Aria and G, obviously right here. But for Ghost and Grim, that's going to be an interesting one. The Creator versus, old Ghost, the fastest in the West. That'll be a fun one to keep a track of as we have split screen going. And then Ellison Yepes, that'll be tonight. The late cap, 10 o'clock after dark, where anything goes. How do we get here on matchup preview? Neither player, of course, had a good T2 last year. Obviously, already didn't play, and then G, unfortunately, got bounced by the guy I'll talk to about in a second in round one and finished 35th. 3 combined medals, of course, Aria silver. That was back in March Madness, and then her summer recharge bronze. And then G, of course, had it in T2 a long time ago, back in 23. That was a long time ago now. Crazy. Was it 23? No, not 23. I'm sorry. Not T1. T3, excuse me. Not T1. So T3 as well. Already had T4. My fault there. But regardless, both a master on master crime, 7-10 split, as I said. Should be a good one for both. They know what's at stake. We go to the pod, and the winner of this one, well, could be deja vu for G if he gets the upset. He played Rogers last year, but that'll be Rogers challenging. As of right now, barring any foreseeable changes or foreseeable incidents, that'll be a split screen. Chomik Rogers and then Logan Dark. Chomik Rogers off the stream, Logan Dark on the stream will be the two final games. Still no word on H and Ashley. No idea when that's going to happen, if that happens at all. Well, I mentioned him, and I'm going to bring him onto the table. I mentioned him pretty off the top. Welcome, Austin Rogers, to the booth. AR, Coach Rogers. Coach! It's good to see you, my friend. Great to have you back.
Good to see you, KD, man. How we doing?
We live it, baby. We're doing great. It's great to have you in the booth, my man. What's your thoughts on this classic 2023 Group B Super League battle, Aria G? Should be a good one. What are your thoughts here on this one? They both have come off some slumps, and now they're trying to regain form from the past.
This is exactly what both competitors want to see tonight. You have both competitors coming into here with a slump. Are they going to be able to focus on the task in hand? And what's that task, you might ask, KT? Is getting to the next round, surviving, and advancing. March Madness just happened. March Madness and currently is happening in basketball. And you know what the real thing is you got to do? You just have to survive and advance. Don't use that power play too fast. Keep it in your back pocket, and let's keep surviving. That's what you got to do tonight.
Absolutely right. It's all about that survive and advance mentality. And you look at this, man, even though we're in Automotive April, it doesn't mean anything, as we have a lot of great action to go. As I said on the pod, as we move over to see Apologize there, they know what's at stake. The 3-6 is already in. We got to stay right now at the bottom. Let's ask our players. Let's start with for the first time, G tonight. Obviously, G, we'll start with you as the road team here. Look, you know this matchup. You guys know this matchup very well. This was a Super League 23 Group B. Old duel back all the way in week 2, I believe. Week 3, excuse me. How time's flying. Your thoughts on playing Aria again, as this is a rematch 2 years in the making now?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Was disappointed to not see Aria in the field last season, but glad she's back. And that Super League match was one of the good ones. I do remember, though, that match didn't have a winner, tied 3-3, so I think tonight we'll get someone on top here, and I'm just hoping for a great match tonight.
All right, and we'll go over to Aria. Appreciate those words, G. Aria, tough March, despite a good round 1 when you really couldn't get to the levels you wanted to against Leah, but had a good under the sea legs in a way, getting your bearings back. Your thoughts on playing G, an old familiar foe, an old familiar face, as you look forward to the first round and beyond, hopefully. What's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. I think for sure it's going to be a good one. It's a matchup that had 2 of the best players of 2023 in it, so I think naturally it's going to be a good battle, an intense battle. Good for the familiarity. It was nice to, like I said, round 1 was really just about getting my bearings, so this round right here, let's see how far we can push. I'm excited for it. A lot of energy, a lot of focus, a lot of hype, so let's see what we can do tonight.
Absolutely, and we'll go to Rogers. One last thing, man. I think that's what you want to see in this match. You want to see some real action, right? You want to see the best at it, right? Go at it and really put on a show. I think that's what we're going to see. We know G, he's got his unique style. Aria's got a unique style to drawbacks and get the run. This will be some classic Uno that maybe some of us have not seen in a while if they're new to the league, for sure.
Well, you have very contrasting styles in all of these tournaments games. You have the different pace of fast pace, bigger cards, you name it, they have it. And I think this is one of those OG matchups from the beginning of this whole league that you're going to sit back and you're going to enjoy, because you're not going to get too many of these in the future. This is what you're here for tonight.
That's what we're here for. Well, let's get to it. Let's not waste any more time. We'll go to Aria for game 1. Aria, I've said this word many times. Nami's our rep tonight. Winning lottery numbers 2-2, trips 1, best of 7, 1 power play, free board. What are we going with for game 1? We going for the classic? What are we thinking?
Yeah, I already know it. Classic 7.
The classic. Here we go. The old classic. Rogers, you know that very well as well, my friend. Classic 7 in the ball game. We put it in the C7. Let's start her up. Underway with the blue skip. It's G Aria. It's a classic.
Ooh-wee.
Yes, sir. All right, classic game right here. Let's see how this one goes. Also have Grim and Ghost alongside. Got Grim in the VC. Normally I say get out of here, but you know what? It's my brother Grim. That's the boss. When he's here, respect to the boss. He can do whatever he wants. That's how I view it here. Whatever you want to do, my man. We'll go to the blue deuce now as G goes into Brad.
Early in this matchup, you have to keep your bearings to yourself. You got to keep it close. Don't show too much, and the game will come to you.
That's what we talk about the game. Just let it come to you. And here comes Aria with a big move into a triple play, double skip. Looking for it right here. Oh, Aria with a massive run here, Roger. This is big. Here she comes, looking for more. Heat checking the yellow, so G will have a chance. Thoughts on that break there, Rogers? Quick little fast break.
Oh, it's exactly what you need early in the game, and this is exactly what Aria wants. You see her, she's throwing out, but here comes G-Man.
Yeah, G with a double. Here comes Aria looking for check. G, good double, but will she have the finish, or is this going to be just a check to Uno? Just a check to Uno, so that's the Brock, and now G with the chance to fire if he's got anything. Nothing. Aria for the win in game 1. Got it.
What
Nothing
a
else.
matchup. Aria knew that Gman wasn't going to be aggressive there. That's a great call by Aria.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say plan A win there, Aria. And he got to finish it off on the Rogers 4 as well. Had all numbers. Yeah, I was going to say, G, I'm going to assume all numbers there. Nothing you can really, other than that one skip. Gotcha. Yeah, nothing really to say. Aria, I don't really have much to say either. Unfortunately, that's just plan A. Classic. Just got the job done. Anything else to add? 7 cards. Nothing really to say.
Yeah, I mean, it was the optimal strategy. Of course, there was a bit of risk involved with that, but, I'm glad it went to plan and, long way to keep going. So, let's see.
All right, well, we'll go to game 2, right? I was hoping to get that split. Nothing really to add, man. That's just the aggression, plan A, and G couldn't really do much on there, as he said, all numbers. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think Aria knew that G-Man wasn't going to throw aggressive early in the round, especially early in this tournament. So I think Aria knew what was going on there.
Now we'll flip it over to game 2 on the scoreboard. He's our new scoreboard operator tonight as we continue to get some new folks, new horses for different courses on that. And while he flips it over, we'll get to game 2. Aria, you know the rules. No 7, everything free. What do we got?
Yes, sir. We're going to go 5 cards.
5. No.
Oh,
No send. Throwing the dice. Here we go. 5 cards. Aria with the no send. Throws the dice. Allen 9 to start us off. Give me 1 second. Rogers, take the call for 1 second.
Here we go with the red 3. G-Man comes back with the red 5. I think this is very similar to the last game as Aria throws an R6 out there. You have to be patient early in these tournaments. Aria with the draw city.
Appreciate that.
G-Man with the draw.
Thank you, Ryder. Yep, we'll keep it going now. Just wanted to make sure. I just had to set up the other match. Was down there with my other account. Just make sure we're all set up down there. Everything's good. And we're ready to go. Draw City now, as you said, into Pier 4. Talk to me the analysis of a Draw City, Riders, early in the game, especially on a 5 card. This is where it could draw out to a longer game with that Draw City.
Well, there's a couple different options you could do, game styles you can do when it comes to Draw City. You kind of draw out the opponent, or you're trying just to get a card to play. There's 2 different ways. Sometimes you're going to play the little sporadic roll. If you do the sporadic roll, you're just looking for a card. It's either a top deck card, or you're looking for something big to play against your opponent. Or you can draw the opponent out and get set up very easily. But at the same time, are you going too deep into the woods, as I like to say?
Yeah, you don't want to go too deep into the woods, man. We've seen, there's a little wild right there into the KT wild. A little heat check from G. Thoughts on that one, Riders?
That's a great card. Was he looking for that card? Oh, and here comes Aria with a blue reverse.
Already looking for a possible double and gets it. 6 ups. Here we go. G, let's see if he can push the pace. He'll go +1. Goes into the bad Brad blue deuce, and now number efficiency rolling. Already now looking to respond back, and she'll go into the yellow, changes it off the color, tries to get G off kilter. G draws. It's big.
KT, you can tell that these are both experienced players. As Aria with the yellow 1, they are looking to take control, but both players doesn't want to give up that control. So what's the odds of taking control in this match, in your opinion?
Well, I think the odds right now is in favor of the aggressive player. Here comes Aria. She was aggressive with that wild. Does Aria fight back right here? Just a double. So G will have a chance.
Down to the Uno.
Yep. Down to the check. What will it be from G? Nothing. Aria for the win.
He draws.
Nothing. Smart. That's a smart play. You got to think. You risk it. Do you want 4? Do you want the 4 yellow pack to finish? And now we go to Draw City again.
But did she get a card that she could play like a wild? Let's see what's going on.
Switch.
Ooh, she plays a B8.
G wanted that blue earlier. Let's switch. Let's see if he's got something to combat that. Let's see. That's what he wanted earlier. G loading up, taking his time. May have something to stop this. Let's find out. He does. Triple play. There it is.
And right back, They are even.
Yeah, big swing for G. He needed that. He was definitely starting to get a little bit lower on certain things, and now, just like that, he's flipped the script.
I mean, how much of a game changer is that for G?
Massive. He hadn't been aggressive all night, other than those couple, and now he's starting to get aggressive, Rogers. It's big.
Mm-hmm. That first loss didn't phase him.
No, it did not. G starting to get back on the comeback trail. The aggression. Aria, unfortunately, was a little bit caught there on the +6, but not much you can do. Took the break as well. Here she comes back. We're going to load up, try to get the aggression back. It's been a high-octane war so far, Rogers. You got to say. You talked about the control. Both have had control and sees it. Big heat check to green. Massive heat check from Aria to green into the Seth Wild. Now, what will G have in response? First time we've seen.
Even though Aria is behind in this current matchup, she still is kind of controlling the pace of the game.
Yeah, still controlling, and she'll run a clean card here. Let's see if G has anything to respond. Back to blue. That's big.
And just like that, it's evened up again.
Open Aria with the crossover.
Over to the switch. Look at there.
That's the classic. Does G have anything? +2. Heater.
Gman doesn't stop.
Good
what in the world are we watching?
Good heater. That's a good heater, right? Because you just can't force a +2 left open in a sense and leave it hanging. Can't take the timeout with you, right? You know, in old basketball. Got to use your timeout there. I like it.
Exactly. But Aria backs it up.
Backs it up with the +6. Here comes Aria looking for the run, the yellows. Looking for a potential, maybe check. Let's see. Huge +4. Oh, man. Already looking for check, or is it finished? That might be finished, Ryder. Nothing you can do about that. Yeah, nothing you can do about that one. That means that +2 G through had to be the... Yeah, that was the godsend. Wow.
You threw her the ammo.
Yeah, the +2. I don't even blame the call there, G. I got to ask you, man, was that just the case of you got to do it? Because if you don't, then she might have the finish, right? So I don't even blame you. Was it a +4 hold, Aria, or did you get something off that +2 that really enabled you? Go for it.
No, that was typical strategy. Nothing was deviated really.
Undeviated. I got you. So just simple. So +4 hold?
I believe so, yes.
+4. Okay. Well, yeah, then you know what, Rogers?
I wasn't going to win anyways then.
Oh, okay, I got you. So, well, I mean, we talk about it, Rogers, with the control. I really don't have much to say, G, on that one. I think that's a case of, who wants control, and you got to look at this, and the control right now, Aria's been more aggressive, but G's trying to fight back that counter-aggression. It's been tick-or-tack. It's just these lower card starts, Aria's found something a little special. We'll see if G shifts the pace, maybe on an upper-tier start, for sure.
Well, that's once again why I told you, KT, she is controlling the matchup a little bit. You know, she's controlling when Gman wants to be an aggressive, and that's where that draw city kind of comes into control there. What do you do?
It's hard, man. It's hard on 5. We'll talk about the Ghost game and say it is 2-0, correct? Ghost up 2-0. But it's hard, man, when you're talking about 5 cards. We talked about the 2 metas. 1, you can have the meta of, okay, it's going to be a long, drawn-out game, and that's what more was in game 2. Or B, the plan A, right? The usual plan A, and boom, that's it. But this one was drawn out. G tried, and ultimately the dice roll for Aria works, and now she can start running a little bit more of the pace. But G has a chance to get it back on his homestand and flip the script for sure. And
how crucial of a game is this for G-Man right here?
Massively. This is it. You can't fall down 3-0. You do not want to go down 3-0 to Aria, as he'll go 10. As he's going to lock in here. We'll go to the ref. Now I'm taking care of business. Game 3. G looking. Oh, man. What a start. Free choice. Your thoughts on the free choice? You can attack this many ways here, Riders, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that big of an advantage, but it could be if you stack it on top of each other.
Yeah, no stacking. We're not going to stack. Even if it was I don't think it even stacks the +8. I think it just, if you did that, it'd be just a +4.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, +4s don't stack. +2s don't. That's it. But blue 7, so Aria with the aggressive with the switch. Now G going to try to combat that. He'll go to a blue 1. Fast and furious so far, Riders. We've only been out here for 15 minutes. It's been a quick one.
Yeah, this is exactly the kind of game plan that both of the competitors tonight wanted.
That's that fast. That's the old fast break offense, right, in basketball. The old fast break for sure.
They call it the 7 seconds offense in NBA and college. They want to try to get a shot up in the first 7 seconds. This is kind of similar. They're not sitting here topping out long paragraphs. They're out here just throwing them out there.
Yeah, throwing haymakers. Gerard drawing early. Aria running now into the blue. Back to reds goes G, and it's a little bit of more trying to get a little maybe kilter on Aria, see if she can draw out in the red. Let's find out. Oh, undercut City into green. How about that, Rodgers? Look at that. We started with the green earlier. G had that green earlier to switch off of, and he'll continue to run.
Exactly. Once again, is Aria letting him get to that green, or is he controlling the pace?
We'll find out. Into a green 6 now. G looking to find a green. He'll go into yellow, and now we can start the number efficiency, man. It's starting to run. Here comes Aria. Let's see what she's got in this yellow. G, down at possession. +2, we go into G's card. Here comes Aria with a double. Got it.
That's huge there for Aria. Momentum switch.
Yeah, I think this is what G's got to evaluate here. Rodgers, take your time. Don't rush that shot. Don't rush that free throw, right? Don't rush it. It's got to make a crucial break if you want to make the move that sticks for sure. G really evaluating his turn. G taking his time here, thinking about this +2 he was given. And that's what it is, man. Those think-stop moments. We talk about that all the time, right? If you can think stop and get your opponent thinking, that's how you get a little advantage as well.
Yeah, I think is Gman here contemplating to using that power play or not? You have to get this win if you want to. Is a 3-0 even feasible in this matchup?
It is, but it isn't, right? At the same time, I think with the power play, you got to look at this in two different ways. It's feasible, but sometimes it isn't. And G +4, heater, just throws it. Good move. You got to respect that. Get the aggression back. You're going to throw some. I'm going to throw some back for sure.
Yeah, but do you take enough of a lead here that you are enough of a cushion, though? Because it's only a 1-card lead here. And Aria has possession.
1-card lead with the possession. We'll see. What matters more, that aggression or that possession? We're going to find out. Here comes Aria. And she'll just draw. Maybe just want, and this is what Aria is known for, right? Those runs. She's known for those runs. She's known for those draw cities to just really build out a run to start getting those explosive DRS trains, as I like to call it. Let's see if she has one here, and she'll go into a yellow. Now G will have to find a way on the yellows. G with the double, so that puts him a deuce, and now here comes Aria.
And now does G-Man have him covered on all ends here? Is he playing possum with those 2 cards at the end?
Could be. +2, another G +2.
Ooh-wee.
Tie game, I think, Rodgers. Yes, sir, we're tied. Once again, back to square. G makes makes the break back with the PA possession arrow in his favor. Aria to red, big heater. What does G save up, though? Does he save anything good? Here comes G. Huge. There it is. Saves the +2, right? That's big.
That's exactly what you're asking. He had it covered with another color.
He does have it covered. Aria's got to readjust. G a check. Into blue. Is that what G needs? No.
Oh.
Huge move for Aria to get this into an ISO play potentially. Maybe draws back. She'll go for the reverse. Yep, just going to keep the numbers down. What will G have? Does he have a top deck? Magic. Oh, he goes for the heat check. There it is, Rodgers. The heat check wild. He got a top deck. Does Aria have anything?
What does Aria do to counter?
Does she have anything to counter? Nothing. That's going to be our own card. G gets it back. We're 2-1, and now we're going 3-0 at home for both players. He says he needed it, and there it is. He gets the top deck, and we got ourselves a Series G. Crazy that's how it's been so far, just that 5-minute game. You needed something to go right, man. What a call to cover off that. Basically, you covered off that red, man. Talk to me about saving that red +2, because you could have easily thrown some more ammo earlier on that reds earlier. with the 4, but ultimately that switch maybe just worked out in your favor.
I think most of that game was just kind of the problem for me is like a lot of this series so far has been the 50-50s. Not always in the literal sense, but you know what I mean.
Sure.
And it really started with a +4 start. So my starting hand, I had only a singular green, and I was hoping Aria would do the immediate switch that kind of just, in theory, foil me. So I did get that one. But I think the majority of the series so far, it's not that I haven't been getting any cards, but I'm just getting the right cards at the wrong time. So it kind of puts me in a difficult spot. But I had to think about, I had a +4 earlier where I was trying to think whether to go for it or not because Aria was at 2 on yellow. I decided to go for it early. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a +4 pulled from Aria or something else, but I just felt like I needed to go for it. Ultimately, it seemed Aria didn't have a +4, but yeah, most of the time it's like one thing would just kind of make my run go a little different. So getting that wild off the draw was helpful because I drew that green skip right
before somewhere.
The +2 actually gave me the green skip, not a draw, but that kind of made it where I couldn't finish the game right there. So yeah, I did get lucky with that, but honestly, I kind of did need that, so I'm not going to complain.
Gotcha. Okay, Ari, I'll go to you here real quick. I got to think you played some of those wilds right. You pretty much had it lined up for a Plan A victory. Ultimately, you lost a little bit out, I would say, maybe on the optimization on the green. Ultimately, you just didn't have enough back end on the green. G had the +2. You think that's a fair win on G to say, hey, fair play, he saved the red +2, just couldn't combat that in, you just move on? Talk me through it.
Well, yeah, of course. I think anyone is a fair win, of course. There's the competition. That's what it's all about. I think on my end, I had multiple strategical options. I actually went for one in the end once we got down to the late stage of the card play, the 2, 3, 4 card stage. I think that's where I think where Gman was able to kind of pin me down, I would say. Of course, there are certain outcomes and different ways I could have played that maybe, but I think that's just how it was. I think it was just a classic case of, making many decisions, and in the end, Gman made the better set of decisions towards the end. So
she gets the job done. Apparently, the other series already ended. Ghost won 4-0. I guess we'll take us to there. Let's see what's let's check.
Ghost is fastest draw in the West. That's what he's called. So
yeah, fastest draw in the rest. Well, I have a double screen here, so let's go to interlude comment here. Hey, Cody Smart, Brock, this is KT. We're gonna do something. I got my other account. Crazy game. What was the reaction live, man, to that 12-minute win? Tell the fans at home. What was it like? First witness.
Well, I'm gonna say this one is actually a bit of a shocker here. I mean, first of all, less than 15 minutes for this entire match. I mean, Auto explain why Ghost is one of the fastest players in the league. I mean, just swept MGR just like that. Not giving him much of a chance. I mean, you take a look at the stats over here. I mean, you got like 3 +4s, MGR 0.
Yeah.
Get the wilds that are just tied. But he just got insanely lucky, especially with a +2. So, primarily, the insane luck was how Ghost got this win, and probably one of the quickest series of all time.
Awesome. Yo, William Brock, I want to ask you, man, what was it like reffing a game with Ghost in the building, and he win on 12 minutes? Well, what was it like reffing, man? That was your first trial by fire. Thoughts on that?
I mean, it was quite a it was a quick work sweep. Boy, I mean, what else is there to say?
Not much really else to say, guy. Well, thank you guys for covering that game. Grim, tough loss there, Ghost, but hey, you know what? At least you had fun, and yeah. Well, thank you guys for covering that game. Thanks for the halftime show, Cody Smart. Appreciate your input, my friend. You too, Brock.
No problem. By the way, what seeds were Ghost and MGR?
Cody Smart, tell him 314. Can you go ahead and do the stats and match results, my guys? Can you do that, my friend?
Yeah, sure. I'll post them for you.
All right, there we go. There we go, boys. Classic halftime show. We had to get it in. First time in league history I can do that. That was a good one. That was a good one. That's what you call improvisation. Rogers on that one. But
all right, so Ghost is what seed?
14. All right.
All right.
Let me mute that. But anyway, now that we had a little halftime show, we'll go back to the main game. Rodgers, your thoughts on how G got that win, man, as we get some revived Vince in the chat. Go ahead.
I think he had control from every side, every angle. No matter what Aria threw at him, he was going to be able to cover it. So I think that she's still in control of this matchup, and being up 2-1 is huge right now. But I think Gman had the chance here if she can get 3-1 lead.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Both players have really put in the work, and now we're into game 4, and we'll see what the strategy will be for G, as of course he took the win on the 10. He'll get the next start. We'll go to G. G, free board, other than 10. We'll go 12-pack, not put it in. Blue Zero Sugar, here we go. And Zero Sugar now. Let's see what will be from G. Obviously, you can do some multiple things with the Zero Sugar. Rodgers for sure, and G just going to play cool and on. We welcome Ghost and Grim, of course, after Ghost got the sweep. I was just asking, we had a little halftime show, man. Big win over there. We'll get your thoughts maybe after this game, what it was like winning in 12 minutes. Maybe Grim can explain a little bit, but we'll talk about that after the game. We have more time. We're running pretty good here tonight. Now in the lane, Sanders. Back to Arias with a little crossover into red. Now, Rodgers, you can see the aggression is starting to turn up. You could see it. Now we're starting to get it a little bit later into the series. They both know the feelers. We go in there, cut into Grim 7. That's when you start to realize, okay, the aggression's turned up. Now we got to start worrying about more than just the ammo phase. You start worrying about the control of the ammo.
You're coming out of halftime. You're trying to control the pace, and I think this is where the aggressiveness picks up.
Yeah, triple play. There you go. You just called it. There's a triple right there. Aria throws the heater. G, going to go for the test. Let's see if Aria can run the yellows. Moves to red. Ooh, interesting. Does G have anything to cross back over?
G-Man with the equal.
Red 8-0 now. We'll go to red 8-0 combo. G down 1 possession if he can play. Aria up 2. Big moment here in the series. You got to think, Rod. G going to think this one through. He goes to green. Going to go back to it.
Mm-hmm. I think G-Man trying to take control of this matchup, but Aria is not letting it be easy.
Actually, that's the first time I opened up Pandora's apologies. There's G with a +2, Caesar +2, and he'll go for the reverse draw. Goes for the double with the draw, puts Aria back down on possession. Now looking for the tie. Here we go. No, G said I go for it, and he went for it, okay. Tie game, let's see if he gets a little number of fish on the back end. Here's the 8. Chomix 8. G rolling the dice. Nothing, okay. Not a good move, right? You gotta go with the aggressive play. And now this might free him up, you know what I'm saying? Ryder, that could free him up. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it lets. Oh, look at there.
The old classic Rodgers G. It's a classic match, classic move right there. 1-2 punch.
Classic connection.
The classic connection. G to Rodgers on a layup. Here comes Aria looking to respond back. Now with 2 freshies. We saw deja vu.
Aria.
Yeah, deja vu with the wild red. Does G cover this off like he did earlier in the last game? He does for now. Covers it off. Aria plays the red deuce. Here comes G. Looking for check. Does he have the check? G looking for a potential finish. Let's see. Does he go this into a game? He's going for the power play, Rodgers.
Uh-oh.
That's game.
Uh-oh.
He got it with the old number of fish. Of course, Allen into Acosta. I like the play because you know what? What if Aria's got the run? G, I've got to assume you can't take that timeout, which is similar with the power play. Get the win. Get this into a best of 3, and nobody's won yet, in a sense, on the home team. Thoughts on that power play first before we get to any other questions? Just instinct?
I think with the wild red there, that Aria was going to be able to run red for a while and get something close to a finish. Even if it wasn't like a direct run, I think she could have ran the red to the end. I had the connection there. And if Aria won that game, there would very much could be a chance I don't use it in Game 5. So I just decided go for it there, get the guaranteed win, and then just try to win these next 2 based off pure attrition.
Gee, right now what's really been working is just the aggression so far. You played that green reverse into a draw. You were probably looking for some bait play. But talk to me about the change of an adaptation, just playing a little more aggressive. You just trying to match Aria's aggression counter for counter. Is that really what we're looking at here? Just mirror driving a little bit, mirror playing?
Part of it's that also, but I think part of it also is just kind of trying to be a little bit unpredictable. I don't know how well I've been able to do that so far, but I think just trying to make Aria keep guessing on what I have is really the main goal, and we'll see. I mean, just kind of got to build that pressure up.
No problem. Give me 1 second. Aria, your thoughts on... I have to help these guys in a second. I'm having some problems. Aria, tough loss there, but you know what? Once again, that wild red, same exact story as the other game. You went for the break, and ultimately G just covered it off. Do you think you could save those wilds a little bit more cleaner, or you like pushing the pace, also trying to get G into a mental game? It's been pretty good so far for 4 games, back and forth.
Oh yeah, I mean for 4 games, I think it's gone quite good. Yeah, I mean there's really not much else to say. I definitely took this game as a learning experience. I've definitely learned quite a number of things. So, I'm looking to see if I can apply it into the next couple of games. I think even though I lost, like on paper, I feel like I've gained more in the sense of like knowledge and knowing more what to do.
Just making sure those guys were well down there. We're having some issues, but I'll go to you, Rogers. Now it's a best of 3. Nobody's won, man. At home, excuse me, everybody's won at home. What the hell was I saying? Everyone's won at home. No road team has won. Now it becomes a case of who's going to get that break on the road, and G will have the first chance on that. What does G got to do to get the Game 5 win on the road here, where the road team's been struggling? And how does Aria push the boundary with the power play advantage to get the win and secure it in these last 2? Last 3 potentially? What are you thinking here?
I think you have to still game it on the road to win in this league. You have to be able to control every aspect of the game, and right now Gman is taking control in every aspect. He controlled the game with the power play, but maybe that will come back to bite him in the butt near the end. Let's see how Aria comes back, though.
All right, 1 second. Cody Smart, make sure you give the lane Eric Monaco 24-hour reminder. Put it in your DM. No problem. No worries, my friend. Just make sure you shoot that message to Eric in the lane. No worries, my friend, okay?
Alright.
Appreciate you, brother.
I might mess up. That's what I get for multitasking.
I owe you, man. You're doing me a solid with the Brock thing. I owe you one down the road. Got you. All right, we'll keep it going here. Game number 5, Aria G, 2-2. If you're just joining us late, not on the scoreboard operator, we've seen 5, 7, 10, 12. Those are the winning numbers so far. 1, 5, 5, 3 on the scoreboard, and the game wins. Bit of Fast and Furious series. Not only that, but we're back to Aria, who knows that mid to low tier package. Let's see what she does. Aria, no 5 and 7, my friend. What we doing for game 5? What we got?
Splitting it in half, going for 6.
All right, the old 6-pack, 6 shooters. Put them in the holsters. Nam load us up. 6 packs in. 6 shooters will firing. Let's get it done. Let's find that 6th gear. We'll start it off with the Acosta 9, only fitting Automotive April. We go with the next gen car.
6th gear. We're more like the 7th or 8th gear.
Yeah, we definitely moving. We are in the Lambo Diablo region for a reason. And we're going to go with a draw. How about that? Well, just as we say 7th, 8th gear, we're back to 1st gear, riders, for the draws.
I think it's exactly how both competitors want to play this game.
You thinking this draw out could be a case of just building that hand, right? Building a little bit, moving forward. And right now it's working. I gotta say, it is increasingly liking that it's going to work here for both. They're content this draw city, not wanting to push the pace and just running and rolling.
Yeah, that's exactly how they want it.
Here comes G. Let's see if he strikes or does he play more content. Obviously, the 6-card start has now turned into a little bit of a shootout. Let's shake it up a bit as G will have the card to play here. An Ashley Red Wild off the reverse. That's a double play from Gerard there. Thoughts on that, right? He's going to go aggressive. Take that approach you said earlier. Aggressive from Roger, aggressive from G, and now Aria looks to counter that. Here we go. Goes for a double play into a triple. Yep, it's the aggression factor, and she'll get out of that potential red G's been lurking at. He goes back to it with the number of fish. Huge move from G.
I love it. I love the competitive spirit in both of these competitors.
Yes, sir. I like it too. Oh, well, that's a Clint play there, I think. A little typo, no worries. There we go. Into Sanford. And G goes back to double red 4. Now you see it, man. They're playing, mirror playing, right? One move, next move. One move, the next move. Who's going to run out on that one move? Remember, we saw that draw city as they continue to go back and forth, this time on a double Logan. 4-4 apiece. Aria plays Zach 1 down this time. Here comes G. G with the possession arrow. He's got the control. Looks for a potential move right here. G loading up. He did a little bit of a spicy play. He said, I want to spice it up a bit with that red wild. What was he inferring on that? He was inferring a finish, and G's up 3-2. Holy moly.
Gman is in control.
Gerard in control. He flipped the script, and he gets the first win on the road. G, you said it at the right time, man. You found it at the right time. You decided to make the switch. Thoughts on that, man? That was a huge play to get the win with that red wild. That was a little bait for sure.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the initial draw was kind of funny because neither of us had anything on yellow. I had a yellow reverse off the start, but I didn't want to just leave it on reverse to begin with. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that +4, the +4, yeah, wait, I haven't, okay. The +4 was from the start, but my first draw was a wild, so that kind of actually put me in a solid spot because I had a stray green 0, but eventually found a green skip there, and that was around the time I decided to just go for it. I was a little nervous on the blue switch, but again, I talked about the 50-50s. That was a 50-50 that went my way. The blue 4 helped me. I had double red 4 to cover that, and at that point, with no other switch, I just had to play the red 3 and hope I don't get +2 or something, and so the game was set there. So, yeah, again, it's just kind of timing and just getting the call, and I think I got both of those this time.
Well, I'm gonna do a little something special. I'm gonna bring the old. I know a lot of people know this character. He's back. Say hi to Vince. He's back in the chat. Anyway, just for one night only. One night only. Just gotta do it for one night only. But anyway, I'll go to Aria here. You know, Aria, really interesting to think about this game because you guys both decide to play mirror play, right? Draw back when you need. Ironically, that red Ashley Wild, the 2 times you tried it, you got burnt in a sense where you just couldn't get the connection. G covered it off. This time, he does the red wild, and then unfortunately you cover it off, but he has an answer back because of one raw number. Talk to me about the fine margins where you're just missing right now and how you try to get this into a Game 7.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think, of course, he had a very good strategy going into the game, so all props to him. I think the last 2 games, of course, it's going to be crunch time. I think, obviously, I've seen that we've both been quite very aggressive, so naturally, sometimes, one of us will make a move that maybe we could have thought differently about, or maybe we regret it in the sense, but, I think it's all part of the game. I think it's part of what makes it exciting, and I'm, looking forward to seeing how these next games, favor either of us, but hope.
I mean, we'll go to Rogers now with a little Coach Rogers inside. All right, Rogers, we're well into the 4th quarter now, right? If we're on the track, man, we're down to the last 20. It's 20 to go. It's that old 20 to go shootout, Saturday night style, but we're on a Wednesday night. What do you think G's got to do to finish it and get the win here in Game 7? How does Aria force it? Is it the aggression level? G's going to get the home start here. We've seen only 5, 6, 7 from Aria, really. G's been a little upper tier. How does he finish it off, and how does Aria force the Game 7 with the card start being unknown?
I think Aria has to do what Gman did. Use that power play and try to take control of the matchup. I mean, at the end of the day, Gman has controlled every aspect of this since the 3rd game. And, he has covered every single move that Aria could have made, and I think she needs to do the same thing in reversal. It's kind of like that cat and mouse game. You do one thing, I do the same. I gotta follow you in your footsteps to win this matchup, and I think Aria's gonna do that. I honestly do.
You go left, I go left. It's basically shake and bake, but the only difference is we're going left and right to right. It's left on right. It's gonna be a good one here, man. This is going to be a game. If G can get the upper advantage with no power play, he could be on his way. We've been here before, though. Anything can happen. This best of 7. All right, G. No 6, no 10, no 12. Last home game, no matter what. What do we got? We're going to go split to 8. Okay. Split the 6 and 10. We'll go 8. Big moment for G. Can he close that? Aria looking to potentially get us into a Game 7? Well, Caesar +2 to begin. Reminder to the fans at home, one more game now left to go, and that will be Yepez Ellison for the night. And as we go for this, we wait for the turn here at Rogers. This is a big moment. G has a chance to really put the fork in it with this +2. He can do this multiple ways. Do you think he plays a little bit cleaner here? Yeah, I was going to say. Too a little early on the aggression.
Absolutely. He has the control. You don't have to throw caution to the wind. Or do you do the opposite, KT? Do you throw caution at the wind and risk losing this Game 6 and going to a Game 7? What do you do here if you are KT, the legend, the boss, Kevin Touch? What do you do?
No, I'm not risking that. As a guy that's barely been... I'm the one guy in this league. No, I've only been to 3 max games in my career, and one of them was a best of 5, and the other one was H 2023. It's been a long time since I've had to go push it to the max since actually, the Final Four. I'm closing it out. Game over. Put the Vince Carter G. I'm done. No risking it. Right, just get the job done. You do not want to start talking about Game 7 luck. Ask multiple players in this league where it can just falter as we go for a chop and double eight. You know what I'm saying?
They do call it March Madness for a reason, and I don't think that calendar says it's April yet. So anything can happen.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. 1 year ago, got the job done in my trophy presentations. It's insane how time flies for real. But I think G's trying to close this out. I don't think he's trying to even think about a Game 7, considering he's been to so many lately in his career. Here he goes with the move. He's been trying to spice it up, and he will here with a triple play. We go from goalie to Yoshi to Sting with a stinger right there. Here comes Aria looking to respond back now. 3-6, of course. Aria now looking for a little bit of some magic, and she'll play careful. G says careful. Okay. What's that mean? Okay, flops. He just draws out. G says be careful. Let's see if Aria throws caution to the wind herself. Here comes Aria. What does she got? Loading up right here. Goes for a G +2. Aria looking for another move right here. Looking for a double. Goes for another. That's a Caesar +2. That's a double play. Gives G fresh 6 cards. Here comes Aria looking to stop it right here. And go for another +2. All right, this is a massive run. Aria looking. Not going to be the finisher, though, Rogers. That's big.
That's huge. He leaves the door open once again, and G-Man can go on a run here.
Going to. You know he's going to. It's G, 16-1. He doesn't want to go to that Game 7. Something's coming right here. And you got to think it's either a +2 or a +4 chain. Let's see. What will it be from G? There's the +4.
There it is.
Yep, double here. We go from Abion to Acosta, the double A's. The double A batteries work there. Now we'll go back to Aria. She'll go into green, a little fade action. Who knows what that last card will be? We'll have to ask her. Into the green 3. G plays it cool. Here comes Aria again, looking for 3. 1 up this time. Now G with the chance. Crisscross. Slide. Anyway, we're going to slide the straights right here. 3, 4, 5. Little small straight Aria draw. And now G looking to run. G looking to run on the greens. Number efficiency will be key. G taking his time right here. He'll go to red. He's going to make the break. Interesting. Aggressive here, Austin, and the DJ.
If you're Aria, do you risk leaving that power play in your pocket?
Well, it's a risky decision. You can just make that power play in Game 7. You know G doesn't have one. But you got to get there first. The age-old question, for sure. And G's going to close that off, though, with the +2. And now it's 5-9. Just like that, G has closed the gap to 4. Back to blue, says Aria. And now G will have to respond. A little solitaire there. Let's see what the solitaire will be. Down to 1. Goes to the gangster on Jeff from Brad. Here comes Aria. Back to red, playing crisscross applesauce. A little bit of a step back right there. You say Rogers in the basketball term will step back.
Mm-hmm.
Aria runs the number of fish. 1 down to Sanford. From Knight from G. G over to yellow. Aria looking for a potential finish here, or does she just play it cool?
I think you.
Oh, that's a heater into the blue. Does G have anything to counter that? KT Wild effect does. No power play, too. Does G have anything? He going with the yellow wild. It's going to be an icer. Potentially. And it will ice. Wow. No power play. That's going to be the question, Rogers, on that one for sure.
I think that might be a losing move right there for Aria.
Oh, but he gets the number of fish. Holy Toledo. Does G have anything now? Nothing. Aria gets it back for the game 7.
Was that a top deck, though, for Aria?
That would be something. Is that... It was a top...
Draws.
It's a top deck. Are you kidding me? G fire. He's on fire. He's firing on all 9 cylinders now. 9 lives with a cat. He figures it out. 2-2. He's tied it up. He's down 16-1. Aria's drawing G for check.
Again. G-Man in control.
Unbelievable. He's flipped the script. The tables have turned. Aria didn't use the power play. G for the win. Does he have it? G loading up. Does he have it? It's been a while since he's won. Aria, of course, won March. He's taking his time. Oh man, this is crazy. He's really building out the suspense. He just goes for the check. Remember, he had no power play anyway, so G goes for the check. What will Aria have? Risky decision. Nothing. G for the win. Does he have it? G looking for a number of fish. Does he have the finish? Does he go for it? Loading up. Is he gonna do one of those night-night sellies? He's gonna do one of those night-night sellies! He got it!
4-piece.
Are you kidding me?
4 straight wins!
Gerard flips the script on the 16-1 and gets the job done. Unbelievable.
Are you joking? In Diablo, he straight went fire.
El Diablo is back, and that's what G said. He goes for the Lambo Diablo for the win. Unreal. G, that has to be one of your... That's vintage G from 23, man. I mean, shoot, we haven't seen that in a long time.
He was losing to me. A year ago, he was not having a great time. But a year later, he upsets Aria, which many will say is a pretty even matchup. I'm telling you, man, G-Man has proved his worth here today in a 6-game matchup win.
Well, look at G. You've got to be thinking right there. Let's go back to that triple plus. You're thinking right there, oh, no, here we go again. You found a way, man. I think the ultimate factor was Aria didn't use the power play. I think that's what really saved you, because if that's a power play, we're going to game 7. Talk to me about the instincts right there. Really dating back to that game 3 where you decided to go for that, or excuse me, game 4 where you got that big game 4 win with the double 9. It flipped the whole momentum of the series. I got you.
Yeah, I think part of it, where it plays there, where like there's some players who do always just want to hold on to their power play until like the very last moment, where it's like, oh, I can just end the series like that. But sometimes there's those situations where if you just hold on to it, you're never going to have the opportunity to use it in the first place, and it gets kind of wasted. And I've had my fair share of that in the past as well. So for me, if I see an opening where I could play it and there's a realistic possibility where if I don't play it, I could lose the game, I'll go for it. I saw that opening in game 4, went for it, and I actually do think that helped flip some of it. Game 5 was able to... game 5 was probably my... out of my 6 hands, that was probably my best hand, but also just got good timing with that. And then this one, yeah, I was trying to throw a little mind games. I was hoping maybe at some point, if I needed to, have a fake big run, maybe just do like an early GGs to try to make Aria use the power play. That never happened though, so just kind of ran it through. I think the moment Aria played the Wilds blue, it was really just a dice roll for me, because I had the one yellow left with yellow 8, but I had the transition into the blue 8. So I knew the wild yellow was going to be a draw, and really that for me, that I was hoping that draw would just not be another blue, because I was going to play the yellow 8 and then switch to the blue no matter what happened the next turn, unless like Aria played like a green 8, which in that case, if I switch the blue, then I'm throwing the game. But yeah, I was hoping and praying. I mean, the Uno on the blue 8 got me a little nervous, but I was hoping and praying that the after the Ditto was a draw. It was a draw. Was able to run it down, and I did use the card history tab a little bit to try and give me the best odds to not get a switch. Half the 5s on the other colors got used, so I pretty much obviously it wouldn't be 50-50, but 50% of the 5s got used. this game, so I had a much better chance with the 4, which there was 5 4s still out there compared to 3 5s besides the blue. So yellow, green, red. Because blue, if it's a 4 5, it doesn't matter because I've had blue 4 5 to finish. But
Right.
yeah, Aria's a great opponent as always. Had a honestly fun series. Whether it was win or loss, I was having a good time. And I'm just glad to be on the winning side of it because that definitely eases some of the pressure that I felt last season when I started 0-3. So glad to be able to get the win here, and we'll see where we go from there. It's been I don't think I've made it to a Sweet 16 since Tournament 4 of 2023, so that's been a while. So that's going to be the goal going into my next matchup against Chomik or even Rogers. We'll see.
Yeah, well, obviously, if it's Rogers, it'd be a rematch, ironically, of what we saw.
It would be a rematch.
It would be a rematch, yeah, we'll see. Aria, I can't, let me see if I can try to get out of the Vince Freeze account. I'll just go back to my phone here, say goodbye to him. But, while I get this statement here from Aria, she just DM'd to me. Your thoughts on this crazy match, right? It was a game of runs for sure.
Yeah, of course, it was very good. Well played by Gman. Yeah, I mean, as you'll read later, I mean, it was not the ideal start to the season overall on my end, but, realistically, I think it just comes down to level of aggression, the level of timing of runs, things of the sort. Of course, my approach, at the start of, let's say 2023, of course, was, taking the series by storm, taking the championship by storm, but obviously with time and as people got better and it got more competitive. Of course, people cracked down on those tactics, which of course has led me to need to change my ways. And then, of course, missing 2024 and everyone else evolving, along with just new players, new playing methods, new system of championship, all of that. I think of course that's made it to where I have to play much differently than I used to. I think that's good, of course, because it just shows the level of skill in the championship, the level of skill G-Man has, and of course, the work's gonna have to be done to get to where you need to be. But overall, it's just something that it was very intense. It was very nice, very classic type of Uno as well in a sense, where we're just going back and forth, trying tactics. I always love that kind of style of play, and let's see next tournament. The ideal scenario is that we go much further than just round 1, round 2 exits. But overall, good play to G-Man, and I very much hope that he has a good tournament, and the championship is in a good state of health.
Yeah, you know what I say already, though? Well, Lewis went to Ferrari. It takes time, right? It's going to take time. That's why there's 5 tournaments. Got to give it time. We'll see what we do in the back end, come T3, which will be late April, ironically. We're moving pretty quick this year, which is nice. Well, Rogers, I'll give the final word to you, man. Crazy to believe that we saw a bunch of old school Uno, a lot of runs, a lot of fade looks, and yet at the end of the day, they both said it could shake hands after and say it was a good match. We saw Aria bounce up 2-0, and a lot of people think, okay, right there, well, here we go again, right? But then we had seen this with good old comeback stories. Just ask Sanford when he was down 2-0. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Thoughts on the series and in basketball terms, what was that? Just for you, just one time, Coach.
I want to say one thing, and here it is. The first 2 matchups, Aria played one little strategy. She threw the card out there, gave G-Man the opportunity to change the color, and he drew them both times. Aria was up 2-0. G-Man knew that was in her back pocket, and he knew that was going to end up being what won him the matchup. Like I said earlier in the stream, I said G-Man and Aria cannot lose their bearings. In my opinion, Aria went to G-Man did that one thing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on the game. Fool me 3 times, shame on me. Right. But he didn't let it get to that. He didn't let it get to that third time. That third time, he had it covered and did exactly what he needed to win the game. Props off to both. Aria played a well played game. G-Man did too, but G-Man was just a better person today, and he is moving on to the second round, which maybe pretty cool little matchup if we play each other. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that. Pod, you never know. Sometimes lightning can strike twice a year later, and it will be Chalmers Rogers, the round finale with Logan Dark, split round finale. We'll see how that one goes. Should be a good one on 9 o'clock Friday. But for G, moves on, second round, of course, starts the year 1-1 now after his tough loss to Yoshi in a Game 7 where it just didn't work out. This time he gets it done 6. Aria looking to bounce back. We'll go to the schedule, so I don't have it, but just kind of visualize it in your head. Unfortunately, Short's not with us. And the schedule tomorrow is pretty simple. We're going to start off with me and, of course, Pat Johnson. I'm going to have a good time. Last game of the Jag region on non-stream. And then we'll go right over to Seth and Retro on the 8-9, Classic 8-9. And then a little bit of an interesting game. Eric Monaco versus Lane. You think, well, okay, that's an interesting. Well, if Eric does not win that game, that only sets up Background and Gman to be the 2 rookies left. And Background will have Brad at 1. And ironically, that is the next stream game we will have. Background versus Brad, 1 o'clock. It's now confirmed Seth Cole and Sanford, the old pals from the back in the day. They're going to call that game. Then we'll have it at 3 o'clock. Hoping to get back for that for Lara Bow. And then we got JT Ed as well on that Friday for a stream. And then we cap it off with another Centurion with good old Dark Rain coming to the plate against Logan. To cap off the round, what a round it's been. It's hard to believe there's only 9 games left, but that's how fast things move at the speed of light. Automotive April. Thank you, Nick, for the theme. Let's get out of here, though. I want to once again thank Austin Rogers for commentating with me, Nam for reffing, Cody Smart for reffing that Ghost MGR. Oh, before I go, Ghost, if you want to say anything, just type it out. Feel free. We'll interlude. Thoughts on that Grim game, my friend? Go ahead. We'll just mention that off the stream. Not a problem. If you want to type something out while I go through the chats, go ahead. For MGR as well for playing, congrats to Ghost on his 4, congrats to G on the 4-2. It's Master Chef G tonight in the kitchen, chopping and dicing, using that steering wheel, and making sure he puts a little drifting action to get the 4-2. We'll see G in the next round, and we'll see you back on stream with Seth Cole, my main man, and Sanford, 1 o'clock, with Bad Brad and background character ready to do some business on the business end. For all of us here at MRE UNO, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. It's been a long day, 12 hours of coverage. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early.
Wow, it's a presentation of MRE UNO. Division. This has been a presentation of MRE UNO. Division 1.